Hey, so this is a video I've been wanting to make for a while, for a few weeks now, but as I put on my community notes, my comics were delayed by the wonderful Royal Mail. We, being in the UK, we have a lot of benefits like free healthcare, paid holidays for work, but our postal service since COVID sucks big time. So I've waited 3 weeks to get 3 weeks worth of comic orders to come through. They finally came through yesterday. Yay! So I'm really happy, but it means I've got like 32 comics to read. So I won't be doing a review for them until most likely early this coming week or midweek, something like that. So that's one video to look forward to, I guess. And I'll also be doing a video soon of the May new number ones for Image, Marvel and DC. So when Marvel's drop, then I'll do that for all free. But I'm digressing big style. Today's video, hold on. First, I've had a Vietnamese meal with a friend today, so my mouth's a bit dry now. So, this is a video I've been thinking about the past few weeks, and it's about me cautiously dating Marvel again. So let me explain. For the past, year and a half, whatever, I've been doing this channel, I've been very, 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 very critical of Marvel. Justifiably so. 1, quality of paper. 2, the ridiculous pricing system. And 3, the lack of cohesiveness in the talent pools, what they use, and also the glut of needless crossovers for crossover's sake and just for getting more extra money off the loyal fan base. And just the quality, the overall quality from artwork to storylines, I felt have been, put it bluntly, shit. But I'd say since October, November, I've cautiously been dipping my toes back into the Marvel pool of comics, and there's some titles that are making me quite excited. If they stick with this, then I could be, pardon me, learning to love Marvel again. Not to the degree that I feel love for companies like DC and Image, because I feel like DC and Image have had such a fantastic 2023 and they're having a fantastic 2024. Their quality levels are sky high and they're having consistent quality creative teams, whereas Marvel, I think, are just now taking a few little risks, which for a company like DC or Image wouldn't be seen as a risk, it'd just be seen how it should be. But they're encouraging risks anyway. And the first comic that got me cautiously interested is The Hulk, Incredible Hulk by Philip Kennedy Johnson. With this, I've been buying it and I've been stopping it and been buying it again. The reason I've been stopping it is the artwork. The only criticism I've got is that they don't have Nick Klein being consistent on the artwork. It's very much musical chairs with the art. What I would love for The Hulk to make this a perfect comic is to get Nick Klein to do, say, 3 issues in a row, take a break, but then have another team, like to do with Conan on Titan. Have another team do 3 issues, and then have Nick Klein do another 3 issues, and then have the same team who stood in for him last time do the next 3 issues, and so on and so on. So you have this cohesiveness, so it doesn't detract from the storytelling. But it's a very, very enjoyable horror in inverted commas comic from Marvel. Quite a mature setting. It's a rewarding, fun read. So yeah, I'm carrying on with The Incredible Hulk. Let me just put this down for a second. And another comic I want to give an honourable mention to is one that I got the first edition for. It's okay, but is it worth the new $4.99? Then, so I got the first 2 issues, and then the next issue I found in a pound the £1 bin at my local comic shop, and that was issue 3 of Daredevil. This is written by Saladin Ahmed, and it's had a plethora of different artists. Originally it was Aaron Kuder, but now there's been about 2 or 3 artists since him. But the artists have been consistently good and not that dissimilar in style, whereas with the Hulk, the guest artist has been very, very different to Nick Klein. So with this, there's still some kind of cohesiveness with the artwork. But I'm glad I took another risk with the 3rd issue, because it kind of cemented it for me, and issue 5 especially. I never really got into the Zdarsky one because I got into it late with the 2nd volume, and it wasn't really a 2nd volume, it was just like a continuation, so I was lost. Noodle. 1 second. So I had nothing to compare with Zdarsky's, because like I said, I tried the 1st issue of volume 2 of Zdarsky's Daredevil, and I was lost, so I just gave up. But the 3rd issue kind of made me really enjoy this. It's coming more from a spiritual aspect, so more from Matt Murdock as a priest. So he only brings Daredevil out at night, and he's a priest by day. So they've got this nice supernatural edge, which reminds me very much of the Anna Shenty run, where she had that with was it Black Heart? I think it was called, the son of the Dread Dormammu, I think. I must say, Bowles making a mess of that, but anyway, it does remind me a bit of Anna Shenty. But he's also got this in this 5th issue, especially. There's hints of it in the earlier issues, but in the 5th issue, there's a really nice, quirky, gentle humour that's not in your face, but there's a few things where the humour just felt really good and quite refreshing for a Daredevil comic. The same kind of warm feeling you got when you read the Mark Waid run on Daredevil. So it's a good blend of slight grittiness, spirituality, supernatural, action, and humour. So it's a really, really fun comic. So again, another hit on your hands there, Marvel. Really enjoying it. And one comic that I got the 1st issue of and gave a review of, and I said it was Sandman Light. I said it was very overpriced for what you got. But I let it gather a few more issues before I dip my toe in again to see if I was judging it harshly. And I think it might have been a bit reactionary just because of the price, and like I said, just how I felt it wasn't worth $9.99, which issue 1 was, and that's Gods. So this is issues 3, this is issues 2, 3 and 4, and I'm happy to say that the artwork is still by Valerio Schiti, so the artwork is beautiful. And what I am pleased for, $4.99 comic from Marvel, the page count never gets lower than 23, and on the issue 2 I think there's about 27, 28 pages. So unusual for a Marvel comic, they're not charging even more. So again, good value for money really. It seems to feel a higher grade comic in paper stock than the normal Marvel comic, and it's expanding nicely now. It's making a bit more sense. I just found the 1st issue a bit wordy, a bit pretentious. The pretentious died down a bit now. It can be a bit head scratchy at times, but then it explains itself a little bit later on in the issue that you're reading, or maybe in the next issue. Yeah, it's fun. It's unlike anything else that Marvel are doing at the moment. So if they keep on experimenting like this with the formats and the style of comic that they're releasing, I'll be trying more stuff. I would say I would like them to make it a bit more mature, like a Vertigo comic. So there's not as much restriction of what they can show and what they can say. So yeah, another one that I'm really, really enjoying at the moment. I would give this a solid 8.5 out of 10. Daredevil I give an 8 out of 10. Hulk I give between 7.5 and 8.5 depending on the art, because like I said, it can throw you out of the story. And then another one which I absolutely fell in love with, and again made me really excited, is Avengers Twilight. So that's issue 2 and issue 1. Basically Captain America's Dark Knight returns. Very, very solid Chip Zdarsky writing, and I've gone a bit off Chip Zdarsky recently. I don't like what he's doing with Batman, but this is fantastic. And the artwork by Daniel Acuna is gorgeous painted artwork, And yeah, it's unlike, again, like Gods, it's unlike anything else that Marvel's released for a long, long time. It feels more like the old epic stories from the 80s and 90s, where you had people like Kent Williams doing the artwork and just pushing the boat up with what they can do. Very, very grown up treatment of superheroes. Reads more like a DC comic, like a Black Label comic, than a Marvel comic. And again, good value for money. There's quite a lot of story pages in it. Again, Marvel keep doing stuff like this. I think it's going to be 6 issues in total, 5 or 6 issues. I hope to do a volume 2 because I'm in with this universe. I like this alternate take. So yeah, I'd give this a 9 out of 10. And then one which everybody talks about, I had to wait ages for because my order was held up, and that was Ultimate Spider-Man #1. And wow, Hickman again, but this feels much more like a freer and looser Hickman. This first issue, you don't see Spider-Man until the very last page, but it's more like the build-up. It's an alternate Spider-Man. What would Spider-Man be like if he became Spider-Man at the age of 35? So it's very much a daddy kind of Spider-Man. He's got 2 children. He's happily married to Mary Jane. He's still a photographer, but he's just been an ordinary Joe until now. And that's where it leaves us. But again, it's thrown away the rule book of what you can do with a Marvel comic, thrown away the rule book of what you can do with an Ultimate comic, and it's a must read comic. 9 out of 10. And another one which is causing a lot of ripples at the moment. One, because it was under-ordered because Penguin, I think, Random House lost 12,000 copies. Ultimate Black Panther by Brian Hill and Caselli on the artwork. Wow, this is great. I like Black Panther, but I think sometimes they can be try too hard to make it honourable. Skates around the edges because there's a black character thinking, oh, we've got to do it this way, got to make it a bit preachy. This isn't preachy, this is just good alternate look at Black Panther, where they also incorporating a Moon Knight mythos into it as well. Gorgeous again artwork, and again a really fast paced, almost like a science fiction-y kind of thriller. So it's got the technology of Black Panther but ramped up. And yeah, but it's also got the mythology as well of like the spiritual side of gods with the Moon Knight and also the Black Panther god as well. And yeah, another 9 out of 10. So Marvel, what are you doing? I'm not used to liking all these titles from you. There's some more that coming out soon. There's Ultimate X-Men by Peach Momoko, and I'm excited for that. I've pre-ordered that to make sure I'll get it because these have been selling like mad before they've been coming to the shops. So I'm excited for Ultimate X-Men. I'm cautiously optimistic for the relaunch of the X-Men because I feel that after Jonathan Hickman left the X-Men titles, they got mired and muddy and bloated. So I'm maybe one of the few people that's happy that they're getting rid of Krakoa and doing it brand new again. And if the rumours are true and Gail Simone comes on as maybe the head writer, I'm all in for it. So I could end up not just liking 1 or 2 Marvel comics, but maybe liking 8 or 9 titles from Marvel, which is huge for me because past few years I've just been DC, Image, and other indie titles. So Marvel, I am so pleased that I could say I'm cautiously willing to date you again. So let me know if you're enjoying the kind of like mini renaissance what Marvel's having at the moment. In fact, are you excited about comics what coming out in 2025? I feel like it's a really exciting year. Normally for comic companies they seem to get a buzz around about May time, but this is started straight away from January, and I think it's going to be such a great fun year. The only problem is there's a lot of stuff to choose from now, and I've only got so much money in the bank. I've also, and I didn't think I'd do this, but this was FOMO because it's a franchise I've no experience in, but it's Thundercats. I've ordered that, the Declan Shelby cover, because I've heard nice things about that, and I'm excited for the other cartoon franchises like Space Ghost coming out by David Propost. That looks really nice, and Johnny Quest. So this is a really good fun year. So yeah, I'm excited, but first and foremost I must say I'm cautiously willing to date Marvel again. You know where I live, Marvel. Give me a ring, call me, and we'll have lunch sometime. Okay, bye.